Miranda, who was obsessed with me. I was genuinely friends with her, but she would never give me a break. I could not get a breather from her at any point in time. Everywhere I went, she went. And Miss Girl would actually get so upset with me anytime I would go over to another friend's house. I knew she was really insecure and just trying to get attention, so I tried to be patient with her. However, one day I just could not take it anymore. I got into a massive fight with her over how overprotective she is. I literally said, "You are a stage 5 clinger." And in response, this girl ended up joining my basketball and softball team, which I've been on for forever. She told her mom that I was bullying her, which was a complete lie, but then her mom went to the coaches. She got me kicked off the team and then continued to spread rumors about me. I ended up losing my best friends and even my boyfriend over the rumors that she spread about me. So that's when I decided to get revenge. So I decided that I was going to send her over an apology gift with makeup in it, which was a mix of drugstore items and poison ivy. So I got revenge on my obsessive best friend for spreading rumors about me. So I put together an apology gift for her for bullying her, even though I did not. The gift that I put together was some makeup I got from Walgreens, but I decided to add some poison ivy to the eyeshadow so that she would get a rash. I then set up a hidden camera and watched as she put it on. And as expected, the rash started to form. After she noticed, I started to tell her off and accuse her of all the stuff she did to me. And she was so pissed that I managed to get a confession out of her. She was very much just like, "Yeah, I did that." Literally over me not wanting to spend every waking second with her. And the best part of it is that she threatened me on camera. So I cut out the part about the poison makeup and told her if she didn't tell my friends, coaches, and significant other what she was doing, I would send the video to everyone. So she admitted to all of her crimes and I got back on the team. I got my friends back and my boyfriend apologized. I ended up totally fine and she ended up losing credibility with basically everyone.
What would you do if someone said this to you? Once there was a girl in Korea who got in an elevator in the apartment building that she was living in when a stranger came in and told her something that was absolutely terrifying. This stranger came into the elevator with her and tried to make some small talk. He looked at the elevator buttons and said, "Oh, I see that you live on the 14th floor. I live on the 13th floor." She gave him a friendly response and even tried to flirt a little bit. She thought that he was attractive and wondered if they would get to know each other better. But things quickly took a horrifying turn. When the elevator arrived at the 13th floor, the man got off and said, "See you soon." But as the doors closed, he pulled out a knife from his jacket and with a terrifying smile said, "Upstairs." Then he ran towards the stairs. By this time, it was too late. The elevator doors were already closed. She tried to push as many buttons as possible, but it was of no use. She was stuck inside the elevator, unable to do anything, as the elevator made its way up to the 14th floor.
Story time. When I was like 6 or 7 years old, I was really thick with 3 C's. I mean, if I was a fruit, I was a grape. If I was a shape, I was a circle. You see this right here? This. So it was a time when girls began to like question their like bodies and stuff like that. All of my friends aren't fat, so why am I fat? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get on a diet. So for that whole day, I only ate carrots. But then I was so confused. Why am I still fat? I only ate carrots all day. Oh no, God, am I pregnant? My mom had a pregnancy test in her bathroom. So guess what I did? Struggled to open that pregnancy test up. I was so scared for my life. I knew for sure I was pregnant because there was no other way that I could be fat and not be pregnant. I took the pregnancy test and waited. To my relief, it said negative. I went to my mom, cried because I was like, "Mom, I think I'm pregnant, but I think this pregnancy test doesn't work. I'm so fat, I must be pregnant." She's like, "Nah, you ain't pregnant. You just eat too much."
You guys, this is the reason why I never wore big dresses to school. Let me set the scene for you. 4th grade Joe, 9 years old, super perky and happy to be wearing a giant dress to school. You know, I don't know why I was. Maybe we had just gotten it. I was super excited about it. It was like a Wednesday. I was probably like, "Mom, I want to wear this dress." And since I was mainly tomboyish my entire life, she was probably like, "Yes, wear it." So I took it to school. So I took it to school. It made playtime a little complicated, but that's fine. Recess was fine. I was one of those kids who liked to roll around in the dirt, climb trees, all that jazz. And I'm like, it's just a dress. It'll be fine. So it's time for like nutrition class. I don't know. They're trying to teach us about like pyramids and like food groups. My teacher starts looking at me funny. And then she kind of just says to the entire class, "Josadak?" And I'm like, "Is it Josadak? Can you come with me outside for a second?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." 4th grade me just comes with her outside. And when we're outside, she closes the door. And I'm like, "Huh." She slowly takes off her shoe. I was like, oh, look for part 2.
How I found out my friend's mom is a nudist. Story time. So at the time I was doing cheer, and my friend who was also on the cheer team asked me if I wanted to spend the night because the next day we were going to an away game. And I was like, "Girl, I'll come over as long as you feeding me," because I was starving and my mom was making burgers that night. And she was like, "Well, my mom's making chicken Alfredo." Then I looked at her and I said, "Say less. If y'all know me, y'all know chicken Alfredo is my favorite. Period." So that night, my mom drops me off at my friend's house. The minute The second I walk in, I have my beautiful bowl of Alfredo. Mwah. Fast forward to when we're going to sleep. Right before we go to bed, she said, if you have to go to the bathroom, make sure you let me know so I can tell my mom. And I was like, child, it's kind of weird, but okay, whatever. I didn't give it much thought. The Alfredo was still on my mind. Well, 2 a.m. comes around and your girl has to go to the bathroom. Me forgetting what my friend said. I just walk out. Right when I open the door, I see titties, coochie, booty, everything. Her mom didn't give a fuck. She said, sorry, I'm a nudist. Want to see without my eye.
I got these shoes from Target, and I got home and I started unboxing the shoes, and inside the box there was a little note. On the note it said, today's your lucky day, come to this address to get your prize. So automatically I was like, oh my god, David Dobrik is gonna give me Tesla, you know what I mean? I showed my brother the address and the note and everything, and we went. So we pull up and then we knock on the door and this old lady answers. She's like, what do you want? And then we give the note and we're like, we found this note. And she's like, oh yeah, 1 second. And then she goes to get something. So the old lady comes back with like this stone and she gives it to me and she's like, here, keep this stone. It'll keep you safe from all the spirits. I was like, okay. So the night of, I was keeping the stone in my room, but I just could not sleep. I felt like someone was looking at me and I was really scared. Like I literally felt like someone was staring at me. I told my brother and we went back to try to give the stone back to the lady. She wasn't there, so we left it on her porch. Some way after we left this stone at this old lady's house, it gets mailed back to me. And I never gave her my address.
My cousin in high school recently turned 18. She doesn't have a car and during her birthday weekend thought her parents were going to buy her one. When they didn't, she was pretty upset. I should note that I'm not very close with my cousin or the rest of my extended family for that matter. Anyways, my cousin texts me on the Friday before her birthday asking if she can take my car to the mall and then for an out-of-town road trip with her friends over the weekend. I tell her no. She begs and pleads with me, but I tell her no again. My car is for me to drive and for me only. If she wants her own car, she can save up and buy one. She calls me a bitch and says that I ruined her birthday and that she's embarrassed because her friends think she got a car for her birthday and she doesn't have one. I don't respond to her and think nothing of it. I wake up on Saturday morning to find that my car has been egged and TP'd. And since the weather was warm outside, the raw egg baked into my car along with the dried up toilet paper destroying the paint. I check my security cameras and I find my cousin and a bunch of her stupid friends vandalizing my car. I obviously press charges and my cousin is in legal trouble. Her and her parents are pissed off at me for pressing charges, saying she's just a kid and she's going through a phase. Saying things like I'm almost 30 and I don't remember what it was like at that age. Do you think I took it too far by pressing charges on her?
It's April 1st, 2005. I'm 5, chilling in my bedroom doing weird shit because that's what 5-year-olds do. My mom comes in. She's holding up her phone. She's like, Josie, there's a call for you. I'm 5. 5-year-olds don't get calls. So I was a little concerned. And I was like, Mommy, who is it? And she's like, oh, it's Blake. For context's sake, Blake was another 5-year-old from my kindergarten class who liked to play with me out on the playground. My 5-year-old self is like, why the fudge pops is Blake calling me? And my mom goes, Josie, he has something he wants to tell you. And I was like, what? And she says, he has a crush on you. And I was like, what? She's like, you have to take the phone. He's waiting. And I start freaking out. She's like, Josie, pick up the phone. He's waiting for you. I start sobbing. She's like, pick up the phone. And I'm like, she let that go on for about 10 minutes. And I'm just like, and she goes, April Fools.